Okay, what's up YouTube? My name is Galen and this is Galen's Gadgets. So I want to thank you so much for joining my channel today. And if you have not already, please don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to keep seeing videos on tech just like this one. So first off, I just want to give a huge shout out to Mavoy for sending this watch over for a review. I've been a huge fan of this company for years. I had the original Ticwatch E, and then I had the original Ticwatch Pro 3, the regular Ticwatch Pro 3 as well. One of my favorite smartwatches of all time. So I just want to give a huge shout out to them for sending this over for review. They did not tell me I had to say anything in particular. In regards to this product, I will be 100% honest with you guys. They just wanted me to give my honest thoughts on it, and that's what I'm gonna do. So again, thank you to Mavoy, and yeah, let's hop into this video. Okay guys, so again, this is the Ticwatch Pro 3 Ultra GPS. This is an upgraded version of the Ticwatch Pro 3 GPS, which I covered on my channel months ago, but this is the upgraded version of that. Some of the major differences are the build quality. This is going to be made of stainless steel, while the original was made of like a plastic and silicone build. It also has like a few more health features, such as just more variables to track your heart rate and your physical and mental health as well. And that's pretty much it. Oh, and the secondary screen on here, like the LCD screen that displays over the AMOLED screen to help save battery, you can change the colors on that now, so that's nice. So yeah, let's just see what's on the box now. Again, this is the Ticwatch Pro 3 Ultra GPS. This runs on Wear OS by Google, which is my favorite software on any smartwatch. That is what runs my Galaxy Watch 4 Classic as well. I definitely will be doing a comparison because the Galaxy Watch 4 Classic runs Wear OS 3. This only runs Wear OS 2, but it is promised Wear OS 3 sometime in 2022. So on the top of the watch, you just see more branding, Ticwatch Pro 3 Ultra GPS, Wear OS by Google. It tells you it runs the Snapdragon 4100. That is the latest and greatest processor from Snapdragon for smartwatches, and that makes Wear OS super smooth in my opinion. The original Ticwatch Pro 3 is the first watch that had that 4100, and that's definitely one of the best performing smartwatches I've ever owned. And again, it has that IHB/AFIB detection and fatigue assessment. That's what I was telling you about, that detects your mental and physical health. It has a military standard of 810G, so it's a lot more durable than the original Ticwatch Pro 3, and it has built-in GPS just like the original Ticwatch Pro 3 is, so you can take this watch wherever and it will still track your location. And on the bottom, you can see it just tells you what's in the box, just the watch, charging dock, and a user manual. Nothing on the side, nothing on that side, and on the back it just has a lot of features on here. So again, it has that Qualcomm Snapdragon Wear 4100. They really try to promote that because it's a really good chip. So it is the military standard 810G, up to 3 days of battery life. Because of that secondary display here, dual display with customizable colorful backlight. I'll show you guys how that works. Built-in GPS again. Physical assessment, see if anything's new. 20 plus workout modes, Google Assistant, Google Pay, all of that is included in Wear OS. So yeah, that's basically it. So let's get to unboxing this now. Okay guys, so I just got done unboxing everything. The unboxing experience was very similar to the Ticwatch Pro 3. That's not a bad thing at all because I really like the unboxing experience. I like how the watch is displayed. I like the box that it came in. Just a clean unboxing experience and very minimal accessories. So you just get your charger. Then they gave me a quick start guide. This charger is magnetic and it is proprietary, so if you want an extra one, you'll have to look it up on Amazon or something. It's not universal at all. Just clicks on there. It is magnetic, so that's nice. Don't really have to look for it. It just clicks in there because it's magnetic. In terms of build quality, this does feel a lot better than the original Ticwatch Pro 3. Like, you could feel this cold metal on it. And I like how the edges are like textured. You can see that texture, like those ridges on the perimeter of the watch right here. And then the buttons also have like that texture as well. The buttons do kind of feel better. They're very clicky buttons. So yeah, the build quality of the Ticwatch Pro 3 Ultra is pretty nice. And then they gave you different bands from the original Ticwatch Pro 3. I loved the bands in the original Ticwatch Pro 3. I wish they had kept those like fake leather bands. They're actually rubber, but they had like leather stitching on it. I really like that. Might have to order some on Amazon or something, but this is actually a really solid band. Very textured, very grippy. It's going to be super comfortable. Let me show you how it looks on my wrist really quickly. So yeah, it's a nice size watch. And let's see how it looks compared to the Galaxy Watch 4 Classic. Because that's going to be its main competitor right now until Fossil gets better. So it looks like, yeah, it's just about the same size as the Galaxy Watch 4 Classic. Might be a little bit bigger. Looks like the screen is a little bit bigger. Yeah, the screen on the Ticwatch Pro 3 Ultra is a little bit bigger. So yeah, let's just go through setup now. Okay, so the first thing this watch wants me to do is download Wear OS by Google on my phone. So I'm going to do that. Okay, so I just downloaded the Wear OS app and then I just started pairing, and automatically my Ticwatch Pro 3 Ultra came up. So I'm just going to press that. It looks like they're connecting now. So I just got to do that pairing code. Okay, let's pair. And it's already connected. So now it's just gonna bring all that data over. Okay guys, so I just got the app and the watch paired together. Again, this is the Wear OS app, so it prompted me to download the Wear OS app because this is how a lot of the background processes is handled from that transfer the data from your phone to your watch, such as like notifications and other important things. So this is what the Wear OS app looks like. It just tells you what your watch is at the top, and then you can change your watch faces from here if you want. You can change your tiles, which is what you see when you swipe from right to left. I'll show you that later. You get your notifications here. You can choose what apps you want to receive notifications for. And you have some calendar settings, Google Assistant settings, some advanced settings such as always on display. I keep that turned off because I really like the display on this Mobvoi. I'm going to show you that LCD display in a second. You have the tilt to wait option, auto launch option. You can change your accounts if you want to, change your privacy information, get battery data, and storage data. So yeah, a ton of things you could do from the Wear OS app. It also prompts you to download the Mobvoi app. This is how you're going to see all of your Mobvoi health information. So this Mobvoi watch, primarily I would advise that you use like their fitness apps. Like you could download third-party fitness apps, but it's a lot easier because they have a lot of fitness apps already downloaded on here. I'm going to show you that later. Yeah, and then there's just like a ton of settings to choose from. Here are the third-party apps that they support, so you can sync Strava, Runkeeper, and Google Fit to this Mobvoi data. So if you prefer those apps, you can do that. Okay guys, so now I'm just going to show you the UI of the actual watch and then try to wrap this video up for you. So the watch, again, I really like the build quality of it. You could definitely feel the cold stainless steel on here, but in terms of features, it's really nice. First off, just this right here. This is the LCD screen that I was telling you about. This is a low power screen that pretty much stays on if you enable it, and it just saves a ton of battery. You're not actually using like your AMOLED screen, which is like this screen, in which you'll just be like browsing the user interface of the watch and everything. I just really like how they give you the option to turn on this low power screen when you're not using your device, and you can still see it. You can see it a little bit outside, but when you just flick your wrist, you get the backlight on, so you get that old school watch type vibe on top, and then when you open up your watch, you get that smartwatch. So I'm just going to scroll through the UI a little bit. When you swipe down, you get the you get just some quick toggles, and then at the very top you get your settings. Let's just go through the settings for a little bit. So here, just like your display settings, just go scroll through here. This is where you adjust your brightness, change your font size, turn on always on display if you want, things like that. Sound settings, let me just turn this on vibrate while I'm here. Also vibrate for calls, so yeah, I'm just gonna set up vibrate for that later on. Apps and notifications, let's see. Okay, what kind of gestures do we get? The tilt to wake, touch to wake, that's fine for me. Get some connectivity options, accessibility, general, personalization. So I thought that was nice. Another thing I noticed is to actually change the color of the backlight, you have to go to your apps and then go to the essential mode app. Then just swipe over. Scroll down a little bit and then you'll see the backlight color. So you can change the color of that backlight that I just showed you. Let me change it to orange. Go back. Just gonna wait for the screen to go out. Okay. You can see that's orange now, so I thought that was really cool. That's one of the things that the Pro 3 Ultra does that the original Pro 3 does not. So yeah, those were just basically the main things in the settings. So when you swipe up, you actually get your notifications. Again, Wear OS has my favorite notification system for Android watches. So let me just show you what I could do. So I'm just gonna go to Discord really quickly, then hit reply. One thing I like about this is that you can actually reply from your watch. Most watches you cannot do that. They have like some pre-filled out replies, but you could also use your voice if you want. So not gonna do that now. And then you could use emojis, or you could just use this keyboard. So yeah, all of that is really nice. That's a very nice way to handle notifications, way better than other Android watches. When you swipe to the right, you get all of your tiles that I showed you earlier. You could adjust this in the Wear OS app, or you could just change it from here if you want to. And when you hold on the screen, you could change your watch faces from this screen as well. So yeah, everything is pretty much easily accessible. And when you swipe to the left, you get your Google Assistant. This is one of the most clutch things on Wear OS watches. I use this a ton, so let me just show you how it's done. This watch does have a microphone, so you could talk directly to Google Assistant. So, when is the Pistons' next game?
The Pistons will play the 76ers today at 6 p.m.
So you saw how fast that was with Wear OS and the 4100 processor. And the speaker actually sounds really good too, so that's a plus. So you could take phone calls on here as well if you're that type of person. I personally don't like to do that, but yeah, if you're just not at your phone at the moment, you could definitely take phone calls from here. Okay, so now I'm just going to show you the apps that came on this phone. You can access your apps just by clicking this top left button. And the top right button actually takes you to workouts, but you can configure that however you want. But here are all the apps that are on here. So at the top, you're just greeted with all these Tic health apps. So all of these apps are going to be the things that that translate directly to the MapVoy app on your phone, such as Tic Exercise, which will track your workouts, Tic Pulse, which will track your heart rate, Tic Oxygen, which will track your blood oxygen level, and yeah, and then below that you just get a few stock Google apps, such as these Google Fit apps. I'm actually going to disable those because I just want to use the MapVoy health apps because it's just a lot easier that way to me anyway. And yeah, that's pretty much it. All you get is just stock MapVoy and stock Google apps. You don't get any third-party apps on here, which is pretty nice, but you have a ton of third-party apps to choose from. So I like how they didn't add any of those third-party apps. They just keep it clean with their apps and with Google's apps. Okay, so overall I do have very positive impressions of this watch. I'm really curious to see how it performs against my Galaxy Watch 4 Classic. I'm curious to see how far the battery life will expand. I'm also curious to see if Wear OS 3 is worth it. The Galaxy Watch 4 Classic is the only watch right now with Wear OS 3, and a lot of people aren't buying this watch just because it doesn't have Wear OS 3. So I will be doing a comparison between this and the Galaxy Watch 4 Classic, as well as a full review on this watch, and show you guys how I set this watch up and just some other videos. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, and stay tuned if you're wanting more content on this watch. Feel free to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.